The point is this, Paul. You had a discussion with Tim about him coming along with you, correct?
Yeah, we talk regularly, you know. So.
Well, it's the subject of this litigation. Now, how much was a trip going to be?
It was £652.
£652. And for that, what were you going to get?
That was just basically the room and self-catering.
Room and self-catering?
Yeah.
Marvellous. You agreed to that, correct?
Yeah.
Did you have money to pay Paul at the time?
I was able to pay him 160, which was half the 320 that was flights.
That right?
Hotel.
In the sort of midst of time, you know, it sort of muddied the waters. I think he gave me £200.
Well, let's fast forward. At some point, it's not disputed, you did give him £200. The total value of what you owed was £326 for your flights and tickets. Now, why didn't you just give him the full amount at that stage? £326, you're going on this trip, why not?
Working part-time, I didn't have the full amount.
Splendid. So, did you expect him to give you the money back?
No, he's no George Soros. I was prepared to wait a couple of months.
No, I see he's no George Soros. Yes, you were prepared to wait a couple of months.
Yeah.
And is Tim somebody who is incredibly generous and does his best always to ensure that he pays and he shares the costs of the trip? Would you say that, Paul?
No, he's not exactly well known for his generosity, no.
Well, I think that might be a euphemism. Am I right? When was the last time Tim paid for a round of drinks, would you say?
He bought me a drink 8 years.
8 years ago?
Yeah.
And before that?
Well, when he bought the last drink, was that currency was in circulation.
Would you mind going to get that for a second, please? Is there something funny? Paul? Yes, this is 10 shillings. This is pre-decimalisation. This is so old that there's a good chance that even I wasn't born then. It's obviously a memorable occasion. I'm going to leave it there. It's like a museum piece, rather like me. Now, he never paid for drinks, you say, but in addition to that, somebody that wanted to explore the local culinary culture, when you arrived, as I understand it, you made a decision, am I right, about the food?
Tim may want to eat out every night, but it comes at a price. I mean, I can afford it, it doesn't bother me. But I'm quite happy to sit in I like egg and chips, I don't really bother me about flash foods. But to go out every evening will cost a lot of money, and Tim didn't have the money.
Right.
And what would have happened invariably he'd ask me for a loan, which I would probably give him the money. So he would have got further into debt, you know.
So you decided to make a decision about where you were going to eat, correct?
Yeah.
And that was that you were going to go onto the all-inclusive package.
Yeah, at the hotel. Yeah, the hotel operated the system. Obviously, the pound-euro fluctuates enormously. It was 135 for a week. That's all the drink you could handle, 3 good meals a day, which I thought was fantastic value, really. I spent more money in England, to be honest.
Must have been rather pleasant. Is that what you were interested in?
No, I was interested in going out to different places.
Well, nobody forced you to go and eat as many chips as you possibly could.
That's true.
How are you going to pay for the all-inclusive buffet?
There's lots of places with tapas and that you don't have to spend too much money.
We were not going to steal the prawns, were you?
Who put ideas in his head?
At some point, you did agree to go on the all-inclusive package, correct?
Correct.
So, what did Paul do to tie you down, bearing in mind the two of you are on a holiday, he's away from his wife, to tie you down, hold you down even, and say, now listen here, Tim, you are going on the all-inclusive package. Pay your money. When did he do that?
He never did that.
Who forced you into the all-inclusive package?
Nobody. I did it to keep the peace.
What do you mean keep the... What's he going to do?
Well, because...
Some species of invasion?
Because he couldn't get around too much, and because of his previous heart attack. And so I was just trying to be nice to say, OK, well, let's do that. Let's do that then.
Right, but you knew it wasn't going to be free.
Well, no, of
Even
course.
an all-inclusive buffet, they make you pay
course.
for it.
Of course.
Yes?
But
In
I knew
some
it was
places,
going to be mediocre food.
It was mediocre food?
Yeah, which is why I didn't want to do it in the first place.
Right, so you didn't eat any of it. You must have spent your time constantly complaining. Is that right?
Well, the proof of the pudding's in the eating. That's 4-plate Tim.
What do you mean 4-plate tip?
Well, he always had 4 plates. You know, I would have the soup and the main course, but he would have his 4 plates of grub. It couldn't have been that bad.
If you enjoyed that video, then I strongly suggest clicking here for more highlights. For those of you who haven't subscribed yet, and why not, so that you never miss out, subscribe. Clicking down there, that's an order.